welcome to Nana's Crafty Home. My name is Tanya. Today's tutorial is going to show you how to crochet these flower power motifs that I am using for a pan protector, and I will also be using it for some additional patterns, but this is going to show you how to make the motif. I have these as free crochet patterns on my website. The pan protectors come in an available 5 different sizes, and they are easily customizable to any size that you need. You can see a few of the different sizes here. I have the small, and then we have the medium, and we have a large, and then an extra large, not in frame here. And I'm going to work through the small size of this motif and explain how to resize it for the additional sizes as well. But you can find all of the instructions for each of the individual sizes on my website, and I will have a link below in the description for you to head on over there to get those details. Let's go ahead and get started. So let's get started with a magic circle. And you do not need to work a magic circle. If you'd rather, you could chain 4 and then slip stitch in the first chain to form a ring. Work all of your round 1 stitches into that ring. But I have my magic circle, and I'm going to go ahead and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. That is going to count as my first stitch here and throughout the remainder of my pattern. And then I'm going to work 11 double crochets in my magic circle. You would work those 11 double crochet stitches into the ring if you had done that instead of the magic circle. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And since that initial chain 3 counted as a stitch, I'm going to have a total of 12 stitches in my ring or magic circle. Tighten your magic circle, and then slip stitch to the top of that first chain 3. So total of 12 stitches for round 1. For round 2, I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, double crochet in the same stitch, so in the top of that beginning chain 3 from that previous round, work another double crochet, and now I'm going to be working 2 double crochets in the top of each stitch from that previous round. So I'm just basically working a round of standard double crochet increases for round 2. So 2 double crochets in every stitch. So I've worked 2 double crochets in each stitch, and I'm going to slip stitch at the end here into my first chain 3 from the beginning to complete round 2, and you will have a total of 24 stitches for round 2. These first 2 rounds are the same for every size up to the extra large. The extra large, you would do another round. The third round would be a round of double crochet increases, and then you would move on to working the petals. So we're ready to move on to our first round of our petals. So the difference in size is the number of chains that you're working for each petal. For the small size, I'm chaining 13. In order to adjust the size for your petals, you would chain any odd number of chains for each petal. So for my small size, I'm going to chain 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So after chaining the number of chains for your petal, you're going to slip stitch into the base or in the top of your chain 3 or first stitch, slip stitch. Slip stitch into the next 3 stitches. So slip stitch into the next, slip stitch into the next, and there's number 3. And then in the next stitch, I'm going to work another petal. So slip stitch, chain 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Slip stitch into the same stitch, and then repeat. Slip stitch into the top of the next 3 stitches. There's 1, 2, 3, and then slip stitch, chain 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and slip stitch into the same stitch. And repeat. Slip stitch into the next 3, 1. So you'll have 6 petals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and at the end you'll have 3 stitches left unworked. We're going to slip stitch into the next 2, so 1, 2. We're going to leave that last stitch unworked to begin round 2 of our petals. So round 2 of our petals, we're going to start by working in the chains that we made for the petals. So I'm going to be skipping over that stitch that we left unworked, and I'm going to begin by working a double crochet in that first chain of my petal. And then double crochet in the next 3, so I'm going to have a total of 4 double crochet stitches. Double crochet in the next and double crochet in the next. In the next 5 chains, I'm going to be working 2 double crochet stitches. So there's 1, and I'm going to work a second double crochet in that same chain, then 2 in the next chain, 2 in the next, 2 in the next, and then 2 in the next. So I've worked 5 chains with 2 double crochet stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I should have 4 chains left, and I'm going to work a double crochet in each one of those 4 chains. And then I'm going to skip over the next slip stitch. So I worked a slip stitch into the top of that double crochet, I worked a slip stitch into the next one and a slip stitch into the next for a total of 3 slip stitches. I'm going to work a slip stitch into the middle double crochet to complete that first petal. And then I'm going to repeat working in those chains, double crochet in the first chain of the next petal and double crochet in the next 3 for a total of 4. And then 2 double crochets in the next 5 chains. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then work 1 double crochet in the last 4 chains. Skip the next stitch, work a slip stitch into the next, and I am choosing to work my slip stitch actually into the top of the double crochet from round 2. So here you can see the loops from my slip stitches in the front of those stitches. I'm choosing to work my slip stitch in the top 2 loops of that middle double crochet there. I think it just gives it a little bit of a cleaner look. And then you're just going to repeat for each one of the petals that you have all the way around those same steps. Now, if you were to have adjusted your chains for your petals for any odd number of chains, in order to figure out how many stitches you're going to be working 1 double crochet in on each side of your petal, you will always have 5 stitches at the top where you've worked 2 double crochets. So let's say, for example, I chain 21 for my petal, which is actually the number of chains that you're going to work for the medium size motif. You would subtract 5 from 21 because you have 5 stitches that have 2 double crochets. So 21 minus 5 is 16. Divide 16 by 2 for 8. So that means if you've chained 21 chains, you're going to work a double crochet in the first 8 chains, work 5 chains with 2 double crochets, and then 1 double crochet in the last 8 chains. You would work that same formula for any number of chains that you made for your petal. So just go ahead and continue on working each one of your petals. So after you've worked that final double crochet on that last petal, you're going to skip over those last slip stitches and you're going to slip stitch into the top of the first double crochet that you made for that first petal to complete that round. So that's all there is to it. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial today. Thanks so much for being with me. As always, remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you never miss a new video. Thanks everyone. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.